The workshop buzzed with the constant rhythm of welding arcs and pneumatic tools, yet Deshawn noticed the absence of one sound immediately. Silence. In a station where dozens of species worked shoulder to shoulder, silence was never normal, it was a warning. Aella stood at the entrance to Bay 7, her chitinous exoskeleton reflecting the harsh white lights above. She was Kavari, a species infamous across the galaxy for their living armor and their absolute intolerance to physical contact. Even the slightest unwanted touch could send their nervous systems into violent overload. Many Kavari had killed, or been killed, because of it. "I require repairs," Aella said, her voice tightly controlled. The translator embedded in Deshawn's ear converted the sharp clicks of her mandibles into crisp, formal English. Deshawn shut down his plasma welder and approached slowly, keeping his hands visible. "What's damaged?" She turned slightly. A long fracture split her left dorsal plate, running deep into the living armor beneath. Green ichor seeped from the wound, and her secondary breathing spiracles fluttered unevenly. "Debris impact during a mining operation," she explained. "I visited 3 other technicians." Her antennae drooped. "They said they could not assist without touching me." Deshawn understood instantly. Repairing Kavari armor required precise, intimate work, steady hands against sensitive living tissue. For her species, that level of contact was unbearable agony. "I can help," Deshawn said quietly. Aella's compound eyes locked onto him. "You are human. Your kind touches constantly, handshakes, embraces, casual contact. You cannot understand." "I have a condition," Deshawn replied gently. "On Earth, it's called sensory processing disorder. Certain sensations feel like pain, sharp, overwhelming." He raised his gloved hands. "I've spent my life learning how to work without touch." Something shifted in Aella's stance. Desperation, perhaps. "If you fail," she warned, "if you hurt me, I may lose control." "Then I won't fail," Deshawn said. "But you have to trust me." After a long pause, she nodded. The repair was the most delicate task Deshawn had ever attempted. He began by activating a suspension field, one designed to support Aella's weight without direct contact. The soft blue energy cradled her body, relieving stress from the damaged armor. The crack could not simply be sealed. Kavari armor was alive, part of Aella herself. Deshawn needed to reinforce the structure while encouraging cellular regeneration. He relied on tools he had modified over years of adaptation. Micromanipulators extended his reach, their haptic feedback allowing precision without skin-to-skin contact. When contact became unavoidable, he warned her every time. "Pressure on your left dorsal plate." 3 seconds. Aella's body stiffened, her mandibles clenching audibly, but she did not strike. "Done," Deshawn said, withdrawing instantly. She exhaled sharply through her spiracles, the sound like wind through hollow reeds. They found a rhythm. Deshawn explained each action in detail, where, how long, and why. Aella braced herself. Contact. Withdrawal. Recovery. Between those moments, they talked. Aella described Kavara Prime, a world of sealed habitats where her people lived apart, connected by technology instead of proximity. She spoke of isolation, not chosen, but necessary. Survival without closeness. Deshawn told her about Earth. Crowded cities. Packed trains. Concert halls filled with bodies pressed together. "Humans need touch," he said. "Infants can die without it. But that doesn't mean we can't respect boundaries." "You confuse me," Aella admitted. "You are fragile. No armor. Yet you spread faster than species twice as resilient." Deshawn paused. "Maybe because we're fragile. We learned early that we needed each other. So we adapted." He gestured to his equipment. "I couldn't do things the normal way. So I found another." As hours passed, something changed. Ayala's flinches softened. She began anticipating Deshawn's movements. Her body relaxed before contact rather than after. "You're adapting," Deshawn observed. "Perhaps," she said slowly. "Or perhaps I'm learning to trust you." As the station's artificial day neared its end, Deshawn applied the final layer of biosealant. The fracture had closed completely. Fresh growth knit the armor together, smooth and strong. Within days, the damage would be indistinguishable from the rest of her exoskeleton. "Finished," Deshawn said, powering down the suspension field. Ayala stepped forward carefully, testing her balance. She rotated her torso, flexed her limbs, then stilled. Relief washed over her posture. Then she did something Deshawn did not expect. She extended one clawed hand toward him. "What are you doing?" he asked cautiously. "Your species shakes hands to show gratitude," she said. "Yes, but you don't have to." "I want to," Ayala replied. "You touched me many times today. Each time, you kept your word. Each time, you stopped when you said you would. You made it tolerable." Her hand remained outstretched. "I believe I can endure one more contact," she said softly. "If it is you." Deshawn slowly removed his glove. His bare hand looked impossibly small beside her armored claw. He reached out and clasped it gently. Ayala trembled, her entire frame vibrating with effort, but she did not pull away. 3 seconds passed. When they separated, her antennae stood upright, quivering. "Remarkable," she whispered. "Thank you, Deshawn." At the doorway, she paused. "My people forgot that adaptation is not only biological," she said without turning. "Sometimes, it is a choice." Long after she left, Deshawn stood alone in his workshop, looking at his tools. Humanity had reached the stars not by ignoring its weaknesses, but by working through them, and by extending that same understanding to others. That, he knew, was humanity's true strength.